Let me ask you about what happens now. China and Russia suddenly are winking and nodding and giving the okay sign to the Taliban. They want to be best friends there. They want to replace the void that the Biden administration is obviously leaving there. What are the implications globally to the Taliban now maybe making deals with the Russians or the Chinese or somebody else?
The Chinese are way ahead of the Russians right now. It's true that the Russian embassy hasn't been touched. Our embassy, of course, the Taliban flag is flying above our embassy right now.
Wow.
So the Chinese have already recognized the Taliban as the new government, which means what? Well, that means the United Nations now is impotent because the Security Council has 5 permanent members. One of them is China. And the Security Council, all 5 permanent members have to agree if they're going to use anything in terms of use of force or anything that's meaningful. That's not going to happen now because China will not go along with what the Security Council wants to do. So the United Nations is totally out of the picture. The Chinese are going to do what they want to do, and they are going to assist the Taliban. It's in their best interest because they are, they see us as adversaries. I hope we see them as potential adversaries, but they make no bones about what their goal is, and that's world domination. We've seen this before, and unfortunately, it's unfolding right now, and they're very emboldened. So are the Iranians, so are the Russians. This is a disaster, both in terms of the PR issues and in terms of real world security.
It's Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Addicott. Get his latest book, National Security Law. 2 last questions. Number one, what would you say to somebody who fought in Afghanistan, who did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tours in Afghanistan, now seeing the way this thing ended? Because these people this is going to weigh on them, these veterans. These are amazing men and women who worked their asses off, many of them maimed and harmed for life now, watching the Taliban fly their flag on our embassy and jump up and down as if they defeated America.
I've been in contact with many of my comrades in arms that have served in Afghanistan, some of them wounded, and they are extremely disappointed at the way that we left. I think everybody agrees that, we could leave the country, leave maybe some type of small presence there, but it was time to leave. But it's the manner in which this president executed that mission that's so very disappointing to our soldiers. And of course, we're professionals. We love this country, and we do our duty. And that's what these men and women understand, that we do it for love of country. It's always for us, God and country, God and country.
Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Addicott, last question. Sounds like a loaded trick question. It's not. Did we win the war in Afghanistan? Did we achieve what we wanted to achieve? And by the way, I don't know anything from anything. And again, you tell me that all the time. I think we won the war many, many years ago. I don't know why we were still there. Did we win?
We won twice. We won twice and we lost once. We won under President Bush when we drove the Taliban out of power and closed down all the Taliban training camps. We did that in a couple of months. We should have left then. We won the second time in 2011 when President Obama killed their leader, their elusive leader, Osama bin Laden, after a 10-year manhunt. We should have left then. We stayed and stayed and stayed. And of course, we can't spin this into a win. That's what the Taliban wanted. That's why they didn't wait for us to leave. That's why they drove into the capital. And their scenario is that we drove the Soviets out, and now we have driven the Americans out. And thousands will now flock to the banner of radical Islamic extremism because their narrative is God is on our side, much like ISIS.